Hi, David Gerard here. I'm in Krebs, Oklahoma at Lovera's Market where they make cheese the old Italian way.
So yeah, I'm Sean Duffy with Lovera's Cheese Company. We're here in Krebs, Oklahoma. Lovera's been in business since 1946, and the building is from 1910. My father-in-law Sam Lovera owns the business. His father, Mike Lovera, started it in 46.
Was Mr. Lovera making cheese when he started the store, or is that something that added later?
The cheese here is really it's interesting as far as from a food historian perspective. You know, there's a renaissance in artisan foods here in the United States, of course. Everyone's aware of that. There's rare in American cheesemaking where you have a story that has a cheese that never stopped being made since the folks who originally made that cheese came to this part of the world. So what I mean is our cheese, Caciocavallo, is an Italian gourd-shaped cheese called Caciocavallo, still made in Italy. And it actually predates Italian cheese making to Macedonia, where it was called Caciocavallo. It was spelled with a K. It was primarily made with sheep's milk and some cow's milk blends. And so the folks that came here to Krebs, which was a coal mining town at the turn of the last century, brought with them the Caciocavallo recipe. And there's still people in this town that make the cheese in their kitchens. And so that's a real story. You know, you don't see that a lot in American cheese making or other artisan foods here. You see this renaissance and this sort of going back to these traditional cheeses and these traditional foods and the traditional technologies that made those happen. But rare is it that there's a story where there was never a break in the lineage of production. And that's what we have here in Krebs.
So how long does it take to go from the vat to here?
The whole process takes about 18 hours, the whole day.
So once you start, you can't stop.
Cannot stop. I like that. I like that you got that already. Yeah, I always tell everybody, you know, the bacteria is in charge. It's not about what we're doing or who wants to go home or what. The cheese is going to make itself one way or the other. It's our job to make it taste great.
So the cheese waits for no man.
Yeah, cheese waits for no man. This is our braided cheese. We'll do the same cheese, but instead of the gourd shape, we're going to braid it. It's kind of like string cheese. Almost. It really is a different cheese just based on the texture, and it really comes down to, you know, if you think about it, like I said earlier, we're talking about proteins and fats. Well, by doing this, we're stretching those proteins out more.
Okay.
So it's going to have a different mouthfeel. It's going to be chewier because as we're stretching those proteins, it's becoming, you know, more dense and stiff, and so it's really more like a string cheese whenever you make it into a braid. Cheese here like this since the 40s, and this is the traditional way you would find the cheese here in Krebs or over across the pond in Italy, and it's the best way to get the cheese because it really, by being at room temperature, it allows a little bit of flavor development to happen, and it's the best cheese you can get. So this is Sam. He's going to get the next part of the interview.
This was this was stop 4 in the streetcar went through here. My dad said when he opened this in 46, he sat on that bench there and watched the streetcar go by. Business was so bad. It was stop 4 right here. Go all the way to Hartshorn and come back. This was the stop. And that's why the store's turned at that angle.
Oh, I see.
This area too was pretty unusual because of all the immigrants that came here working
Right.
coal mines.
But what really led me to cheese making was, you know, my father-in-law Sam, who owns Lovera's here. There was a gentleman that was making the cheese, and mind you, back then this was 2007. We only made about a batch a week or every other week. We sold a good portion of it right here in our own store. And the gentleman that was making the cheese quit, and I was doing construction at the time actually, and it was only one day here and there, so I thought, yeah, that'd be kind of neat. I'd like to check it out. You know, just interested. I just remember, you know, there was 400 gallons of milk in the morning, and at the end of the day, we had about 350 or 400 of these little gourds of cheese. And so it just blew my mind, you know, the science part of what is going on behind this, and then just the flavor of the cheese. It was just so good that I thought, man, how interesting is this? And